Freestyle the news.
Cha-cha, hey. Charged up, OD in my cup, caffeine in my system till it kill me in a rush. Y'all be talking shit until you end up in the dust. Put them on a stand, watch it fucking up their buzz. Let them know about it, they doubt it until it's tangible. Throw them out the house and then buy me their fucking cameo. Screaming on the stage with those numbers like fucking half a joke. Blow up my career with that cover story gon' have a quote. Fuck immunity, judging all these grifters like Henry Kissinger eulogies. Dropping H-bomb on a summer ton of accusing thieves. Stealing all your shit with somebody on 23andMe DNA nationality. Actually, what you grabbing through my notifications? What you sending back to Cuba, their ambassador? Wait, is that another leak from Deadpool or did somebody fake this? Who the fuck is calling woke on the GTA 6 trailer? I couldn't finish the game, I didn't like crime. The game is called Grand Theft Auto. Mr. Free Speech, blow up your social media model. The EU went ahead and just built that genie a bottle. You'll stop it. Journalists bombing and BB getting fucking yelled at by the people who hostage. Testifying for Congress about all the hate at your college. These statements seem like a problem, just like a bunch of ones from Ellie Stefanik. Oh, how ironic. They spying on your shit when they want it. They tell civilians to evacuate to here and then bomb it. One more propaganda just panders to the algo across it. Keeping tasting the basicest of the cheese that they chopping. Who sent him the option? Salty like a Spider-Man 2 fan. A Jeff Keighley watching Kojima and Jordan hold hands.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Jonathan Jesus, this shit looking egregious. Can't gon' disappear like they're pulling a Don Cheadle. Look at the sequel, yo, the Sega kids need some heat too. Waiting for no reason like two of us fucking beef do. Everybody be changing when the holiday break, turning over more than Golden State. What's up? Oh, too soon? 29? Guys, 29? Hey, you know what would suck? If I recorded this entire breakdown already for 40 minutes and then when I ended it and I was like, man, that was great, the video wasn't recording. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching Freestyle the News. If you like what you heard, please join an urban street gang who wears inline skates powered by Nikon batteries in a fictionalized version of Tokyo and go around and spray paint every like button. I mean every like button, even like buttons other people have spray painted. And then when they have a problem that you spray painted their like button, you go ahead and you spray paint them in a giant effort to try to stop a tyrannical government that rules Tokyo. And then leave a comment on your favorite bar. I am so hype for Jet Set Radio. This is how hype for Jet Set Radio I am. I am a Dreamcast kid. So is Philip DeFranco, by the way, that we bonded over that when we first met. But listen to me. I like it so much that I had to re-record this breakdown and I'm including this love letter to it. I fucking love Jet Set Radio. But it's been a crazy week. I want to tell you a couple things before we get into this breakdown. I got to do a pretty crazy performance at American Rag this week, and I fucking met Tom Morello, which is fucking nuts. If you don't know who Tom Morello is, he's one of the founders of Rage Against the Machine and an absolute like badass in music and activism and everything. And he saw my set and fucking liked it. He's a genuinely nice guy, but he also came up to me like after the set. He was like, hey man, that was great. I love the energy and you kind of doing everything. I was like, oh man, thank you so much, man. I just didn't want to bother you and everything. No, listen, man, a lot of people make songs. You make art. You make art, and anybody can see that. And that is like the best compliment I can get from fucking Tom Morello. Bruh. Very cool night. It was the story I wanted to share with you guys because it's fucking dope. And also, last thing, we have some new merch. Oh, that's right. I do want to get you guys some stuff for the holiday season. We've been working on a new drop for a while. I haven't gotten the designs quite right, but I want to release a couple just before the end of the year so you can snag some discounts. So if you use the discount code TooSoonMas at checkout, it's going to be 20% off whatever you want. And if you're a member of Too Soon Crew, you get 40% off whatever you want. If you don't know what Too Soon Crew is, it's our patron service where we have exclusive videos, secret songs. I just uploaded one. We have a daily news roundup where we'll take all of the stories from the day and just leave them there so you can just click and find out what happened during the day. Discounts, a secret Discord, and your first month is free. So sign up today. All right, enough of me plugging. Let's get into this breakdown. And we're going to do things a little bit differently today. A lot of people in the comments wanted me to touch on multiple stories instead of just deep dives. They don't want me to get rid of deep dives, but they want me to hit on multiple stories at once. So we're going to try to do quite a few stories today. And you can let me know what you think of this format. And if you like it, we'll keep it. If not, we'll revert back to the old one. And let's start with Panera Bread's Charged Up Lemonade, the true sequel to Four Loko. If you haven't heard, Panera Bread has this brand new drink called Charged Up Lemonade. It's super popular on TikTok. It went viral recently. A lot of influencers trying it out. They eventually moved it away from the back of the counter, and now they have kind of like a dispenser or a fountain you can get some. It's sweet. It makes you feel good. It also has 390 milligrams of caffeine. Real quickly, do you know what the FDA says is a dangerous amount of caffeine to put in a drink? Oh yeah! Yeah, it's that. It's just that. Pre-workout, which is supposed to make you feel jittery, like you kind of get like goosebumps and a tingly feeling, and you want to fucking run around and get this energy out, that's 125 milligrams of caffeine. You could have 3 of those motherfuckers and not tackle this thing. And obviously there are safety concerns because 2 people have died, allegedly. Allegedly, at least that's what these 2 wrongful death lawsuits against Panera say, that their drink was dangerous. People with heart conditions or pre-existing conditions could die from consuming this drink. And again, it's 390 milligrams of caffeine in like one sitting, in like 10 to 30 minutes. That's fucking crazy, dude. I've started to ramp down on caffeine personally just because I'm worried about my heart and everything surrounding it. It makes me feel good, but there's been points where I've taken like a lot of caffeine. When you start to realize the effects of it, it gets very, very scary. But obviously this has caused a lot of conversation around the drink. We're gonna have to see where these lawsuits develop, but let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, moving on to another sweet subject, Kevin McCarthy. No, wait. Retires. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. Kevin McCarthy is the former House Speaker, the first House Speaker in history to be ousted from his position. Also, the House Speaker who had to take the most attempts to even get him into the position he was eventually ousted from. Also, probably one of the most hated members in Congress next to George Santos. He's reviled by a lot of Republican colleagues, by all of the Democrats, and just in general, he's been seen as the duplicitous guy who is very much so loving to play politics and not really material or substantive on getting things done. His leadership has been called into question so many times. The government shutdown debacle looked really bad on him. So it's a surprise, but also not a surprise that he announced that he is going to retire at the end of the year. Obviously, this is a huge deal, not only because of who Kevin McCarthy is, a historic failure, but also because it leaves Mike Johnson in a really difficult position. He already had a pretty thin majority in the House, and that has honestly played out pretty badly for the Republicans when it comes to passing meaningful stuff. Now, as for what Kevin does next, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe he can go to Cameo, like George. Also, quick note on George Santos with Cameo. His Cameo was $20. $20. When I saw he was doing these, I was like, this fucking asshole, right? This is horrible. This is shameful. And then I saw the price was $20, and I am conflicted because number one, he looks like a clown. Like, I just want people to see him as a clown, not a serious person. You're a clown. Be a clown. But at the same time, it puts money in his pocket, and I don't feel comfortable giving that dude money. Also, the shit that he did with the veteran's dog really fucking pisses me off. So I'm just like, I'm not, but I also want him to be a clown. It's weird. What do you think? I have moral objections to it. I don't blame anybody for doing it, but it just makes me feel uneasy. But yeah, let me know what you think. Is a George Santos Cameo moral? Anyway, moving on, let's touch on the Republican debate, the monthly or bi-monthly affair I love to skip. I think we all love to skip. It's like a reverse Thanksgiving. But I looked into it, I watched some of it for everybody, and it was a shit show. Here's some quick points in case you ever get asked about it and you have to fucking talk. Nicki Haley did pretty decent. She was doing well in the polls going into this debate. Her and Christie tried to play the reasonable angle as much as they could. They're not great people. They've compromised themselves multiple times, but here they seemed like the most sane of the bunch. One thing that was clear though was Vivek Ramaswamy getting bodied. Listen, what did I tell you? What did I tell you when everybody was like, oh, Vivek seems to be going up in the polls? What did I tell you? Bye. Main kya kehta hu? This motherfucker fake as shit. And lo and behold, the widow's peak never lies. Vivek been dropping in those polls. He was not doing well. So in this debate, he was embracing conspiracy theories. He brought on a prop with the fucking most cringe shit. This dude is just cringe. He's like if cringe was manufactured in one of his biotech labs. Chris Christie did this great takedown of him, and overall, he just sucks. I don't like him. Fuck you. He promoted replacement theory on stage. Fuck this dude. And speaking of culture war bullshit, let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. Trust me, even if you don't like video games, this is important to talk about because Grand Theft Auto is an enormous series. Grand Theft Auto 5 is like one of the most profitable pieces of media like ever in history. And honestly, it's been like a decade that all of these fans have been waiting for just a hint, just a patina about Grand Theft Auto 6. Man, they've just released 5 so many times. 6 was just super anticipated. The trailer dropped earlier this week and was quickly like the fastest liked YouTube video this week, and it inspired a lot of different reactions. People were like, oh my gosh, this looks awesome, and a lot of other reactions like Elon Musk's. When talking about GTA games, Elon Musk said, tried, but didn't like doing crime. GTA 5 required shooting police officers in the opening scene. Just couldn't do it. The game is called Grand Theft Auto. What the fuck did you think you were buying? Also, Elon Musk played Elden Ring, where you have to kill knights. Knights are cops, bro. Do you just walk into a theater and then you see Goodfellas and you're like, no, wait. This movie is very anti-cop. I can't be here. No, turn off Reservoir Dogs. They cut off his ear. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't like doing crime in a game called Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, okay. Also, FYI, my audio program wasn't recording. So, it's recording on my video audio. I'm gonna have to edit that. Fun. Also, let's check in with a couple of updates on Israel and Gaza. Obviously, Israel is now once again bombing Gaza, and the humanitarian crisis there has only continued to increase. More and more journalists have been killed in the line of fire, and the United States recently voted down a ceasefire at the UN. But in the wake of a very dire situation, there does seem to be some acknowledgements and some sentiments shifting. For example, the United States banned all visas from illegal settlers, which is a step forward. I know it's not a huge step forward, but in politics, it does show that the argument is slowly cracking. The big one is the audio of the hostages released confronting Netanyahu. Now listen, this audio is pretty damning for Netanyahu. In it, you can hear multiple hostages yelling at Netanyahu to try to get the other hostages out, frustrated with the fact that he seems more focused on the bombing campaign and his axe to grind with Hamas, as well as his own political aspirations to not give up power. Some hostages saying that, hey, we're the ones also being shelled. Netanyahu having the gall to say, well, by the way, my strategy got you out. You fucking Netanyahu being competitive with them. And I do want to stress that when you hear this audio, it becomes very clear that even Israelis do not like Netanyahu or his policies, which makes it even more when a lot of people who are domestically here talk about the policies of Israel, when even Israelis are frustrated with their government and their actions. People playing political points about freeing the hostages and supporting Netanyahu. A lot of those hostages don't like Netanyahu. Multiple people have called for Netanyahu and his government to resign. Netanyahu knew about these attacks way beforehand. He is reviled right now in Israel, which is why these bombings are so bad, because more and more people are dying to feed this guy's political ambitions, and more people are frustrated with the Israeli government even since before October 7th happened. Now, obviously I condemn Hamas, and by the way, they are releasing a ton of propaganda to look good in the wake of Netanyahu being an absolute shitheel, but No. And as more civilians die and the crisis grows larger, we can only hope that this stops soon and that public sentiment sees this campaign for what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but please keep it nuanced and keep it kind. I love this channel has been so nuanced and kind as these difficult discussions have come up, so I appreciate y'all for that. Let's keep it there. Let's not gangbang in the comments. All right, the last story. Jonathan Majors. Oh, I had to re-record all of this. The Jonathan Majors trial is out of control. Now listen to me. I cannot say some of these quotes and report certain parts of this trial, so I'm going to leave a blank there when I can't say something, because if I do say it, this channel could be hurt or demonetized or a lot of other things. But there were a lot of major developments this week in Jonathan Majors' trial. Earlier in the week, texts from his ex, Grace Jabari, were admitted into evidence, and they show some pretty damning conversations for Majors in terms of whether he committed DV or not. And as the texts go on, Majors seems to be coercing Jabari into not getting medical attention after the DV incident. Quote, I will blank. It's not really contemplating anymore. I'm a monster, a horrible man, not capable of love. I'm blank soon. She pleaded, Jonathan, you can't say that. I'm going to have to tell someone. I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions, and as I don't think you can actually protect us, it could lead to investigation even if you do lie. And they suspect something. Majors had other major requests of Jabari, like he wanted his woman to be like Coretta Scott King. He can be overheard in a recording played in court. I am a great man. I do great things for my culture and for the world. The woman that supports me needs to be a great woman. 2 nights ago, you did not do this, which took away from the plan. Look, I never want to trivialize blank at all, but I think asking people to not get medical attention to protect reputation, it's not a good look. And especially with how Majors has been kind of posturing himself in this trial, this seems really, really, really damning. Again, we're gonna have to wait to see where this trial develops. I urge you to go read the article yourself and see what's there, but it's not looking great for him. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today's show. I hope you guys like what you saw. I had to re-record it, but I had a good time as always. Please check out Zed Talks if you haven't. We talk a little bit about the H Bomber Guy video, which is a fucking banger. We're gonna have another Zed Talks next week, as well as another Freestyle of the News. And anyway, my name is Zed Tabani. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. Let's go!